The protagonist wakes up as an infant, but with all his memories intact. He looks around and immediately starts analyzing his new situation. A quiet ceiling, a luxurious chandelier, candles instead of light bulbs. It's a fantasy world lagging behind Earth in technology, but the rich decorations and elegant mansion tell him one thing: that this is a fairly rich household. For an orphan who died from overwork, this is actually a pretty sweet deal. He tries to act like a normal baby. Goo goo. But inside, his mind is racing. Then he sees her, his new mother. She's extremely beautiful. He thinks. Luckily, it seems he won't have any problems with his love life in the future. Time skips to 3 years later. Now a curious 3-year-old, he finally gets to see the outside world for the first time. He climbs up to the window, eyes wide with wonder. Oh! It's really otherworldly. The view from the window was breathtaking. A vast medieval city stretched out before him. Even as a child, he could tell just how massive this world was. "Young master," the maid shouted. His adventure outside the room ended very quickly. "Young master, it's dangerous." He got dragged back by his nanny. But while being carried, he learned something huge. His family was part of the Grand Duchy Draconia, one of the most powerful noble houses in the kingdom of Lionheart. He wasn't just born rich, he was born as the son of the Grand Duke himself. "Sorry, nanny," he said to the nanny. 8 years later. Oh! He held a real sword for the first time. The blade shone brilliantly. A fantasy knight. Am I going to use sword chi and aura too? His heart was racing with excitement. This was everything he dreamed of in his previous life. His personal instructor was none other than Sir Gothic, a holy knight dispatched directly from the palace. "Pleased to meet you, Leon," the instructor said. "Please take good care of me, Sir Gothic," Leon replied. Time skipped to 4 years later. Leon started his knight training, and now he's 14. Ugh! That goddamn Gothic macho. "This is freaking child abuse," said by Leon. Leon quickly realized that becoming a holy knight was far more brutal than he expected. Sir Gothic was a monster in human skin, pushing him beyond his limits every single day. One more lap. After strength training, he practiced swordsmanship with Sir Gothic in order to become recognized by the kingdom. During his practice, he tried to land a strike, but Sir Gothic easily counterattacked and sent him flying while commenting, "Look at your opponent until the end." He laid on the ground with his broken sword after being defeated and thought, "If there really is a God, I want to ask them to save me," even though he didn't believe in any religion. Time skipped to 2 years later. Leon is now 16 years old. It was raining heavily. Leon stood alone in the middle of the downpour, soaked to the bone. "It was here somewhere," he said. Leon had roamed the world. He traveled far and wide in order to be acknowledged by the goddess and become a holy knight after accepting his quest. He wondered, how exactly do you earn the goddess's acknowledgement? During his journey, he saw a burning village, and revealed the answer to his question, that he need to keep on doing good deeds and she will eventually come to him. There's some knights fighting the orcs in the village, one of which looked like Groot from Guardians of the Galaxy. Then we see orcs coming toward them, as Leon tells us that he had many opportunities to wield his sword for good deed. Leon said from behind the orcs that trash like them should not even dare invade the kingdom. In the next panel, the orcs is split in two by Leon's blade. Time skipped to when Leon was 20 years old when he first met the goddess. The goddess addressed Leon. "The son of Wulfric Draconia, Leon Draconia. I will provide you with a quest to prove your honor and faith." Leon accepted Ariana quest, and while thinking they were not lying about the goddess. And after slaying away for many years, Leon finally became a holy knight. After that, he slayed and slayed. He slayed orcs, tore apart goblins, and slashed away the evil cult. Eventually, he became a war knight of the kingdom, giving him authority to gather other knights under him. He massacred 700,000 orcs, including the women and children. Goddamn green sons of bitches. I felt so refreshed. Leon taught after the massacre. Time skips to 35 years. The living saint and demigod, Argent Majesty Lionheart, passed away. It happened while he was battling the archdemons summoned by the Empire. Orcs were already enough of a headache for Leon, but now the facting demons were running wild. Leon thought this is why mankind needs to believe in gods and live faithfully. After the king passed away, Empire needed to elect a holy knight to become the successor of King Lionheart, who died with honor. Amidst all that chaos, the goddess descended upon us and selected Holy Knight Leon Draconia as her faithful knight to succeed as the symbol of honor and faith. Leon accepted the goddess' command. For Leon it was a position of honor and fatigue, but he could not let the citizens of the kingdom, and the knights who followed him, down. He transplanted the sacred treasure, the lion heart, from the goddess, and vowed to protect the Holy Grail. And that is how Leon became the Grand Duke Draconia and the king of the Lionheart Kingdom. Time skipped to 80 years. Many things happened in that time. There were 3 great wars with orcs, in which some weirdo hunchback goblin evolved into an archdemon. And if that was not enough, the Empire just created more fapped-up situations. A knight informed Leon that the Empire's school of dark magicians is enforcing experimentation again. Leon tells us that this is all because the Empire had accepted the bastardly northern cult. Leon thinks in his head, "How dare they try to break away from God? Foolish divine separatist bastards!" He ordered to gather the knights. He thinks that this is what happens when you give human rights to those who don't even deserve to be slaves. Leon make the decision that he should just conquer them all. Time skipped to 96 years. We see a scene of broken statue on the ground. It was the place the emperor of some another nation tries to offer demons 3 million live as offerings for his selfish request. Leon thought to himself, the Fapker who used to say he did not want to die committed suicide along with 3 million citizens from the capital, and summoned the Lord of Chaos in the capital. Eventually, Leon gathered the knights and took out the holy sword that wasn't yet dry with the grease from the orcs from last year. Leon went to the Empire to fight the demons. He fought until he was 121 years old. Leon tried his best, but the world was being destroyed, unlike his wishes. He tried to defeat all evil with all of the holiness that was on this continent, but he couldn't stop them. In the middle of the ruined battlefield, a knight called for him. Leon replied by saying, "Sir Aaron, you can be proud. Your father died with honor and joined the feast of the gods." The knight simply answered, "Yes." Leon asked Goddess while motivating his troops. Leon tell his troops to look in front of them. Leon asked them if they can hear the sound of villains, the villains who stole your brothers. He asks again, do you hear the sound of the villains who have taken away our loved ones? He asks once again, do you hear the sound of the villains who are trying to violate everything? Then he shouts at them to take revenge by subscribing. He tells his troops to be enraged eternally. Be enraged at those fools who are deceived with victory. Leon asks the goddess that her first knight will not be able to stop the evil that has spread far beyond the horizon. Leon ensures his troops by saying, remember, as long as we have honor, we will not lose. Leon asks the goddess once again that what should this foolish knight do in this situation. Leon charges into battle with his spear and horse into the battle while shouting, for the goddess. The goddess whispered in his ear that she will be with her knight, her beloved honored knight. She tells Leon that she will be with him until the very end. Leon tells all troops to charge in battle. That winter, Leon fought the final battle with billions of devils who filled the earth. Leon used the barbarian slaves as worthy meat shields, as the civilian knights armed with spears and shields died with honor along with the glorious knights. Then we see Leon fighting a bunch of demons in the battlefield. He alone defeated the demons until the very end as the chosen agent of all gods and all holy temples. Leon tore apart countless demon lords and archdemons, and showed those bastards the power of the Holy Knight. Time skipped to 217 years and Leon, and still not finished with his mission of eliminating demons. Time keep on flowing 234 years, 256 years. And so on, but Leon is still fighting demons. Year 256. Leon destroyed the last remaining demon gate. There was nowhere left for demons to escape to. Leon shouted, "You poor, lowly servants of evil! You are now stuck here with me, in this world." Leon said he will kill every last one of demons. He was not the one who is stuck, but rather it's those bastards who were stuck there with him. Then we see Leon cutting the remaining demons in half. He sliced the head of a giant archdemon with just a single swing. Then we see some people coming out of a portal near the body of the giant demon, one of which asked Hari, "Are you alright?" The other person asked about what just happened. Someone else answered he defeated the archdemon in one slash. Then we see the head of the demon laying on the ground. Leon opened his mouth by saying, "Rise, courageous one. Now is not the time to fall. Rise and fight." Red-haired women asked Leon, "Who are you?" And our protagonist replied with, "I am King Lionheart, the Knight of the Glorious Knights, and the agent who carries out the will of the holy temples. I am Leon Draconia Lionheart." And yes, he said it while being but naked. Leon thinks that it was the 300th year when he came across the Earthlings. Panel shifts to shocked expression of red-haired women, after which we see a system window showing he had defeated all the demons. Now the real story starts with Leon entering the modern world again after 300 years of his reincarnation. In modern world, a mysterious black gate suddenly appeared in the middle of Seoul. Its rank was unidentifiable, a dangerous black gate. The Korean Hunter Association and the World Hunter Association asked the major guilds to join the raid, but everyone refused because the difficulty was completely unknown. In the end, the government ordered the Korean Hunter Association to enter first. It was basically a suicide mission. When the team went inside, a completely naked, muscular blonde man was standing there in middle of a battlefield filled with corpses of the demons. Scene shifts to red-haired women being shocked by the aftermath of the battle. Later at the Hunter Association office, Associate Manager Han Hari was exhausted. While giving her coffee, the head manager asked how she was doing. Almost no one could believe what happened. Hari replied the manager said it was to be expected. It was a black-rank demon gate containing even the great devil. Surviving was already a miracle, but clearing it? That was impossible. Yet they did it. All because of one man. When they asked if he was a survivor from inside the gate, Leon calmly answered that he came from another world. We see. Then we get explanation from Hari that for the past 30 years, gates have been appearing all over Earth, and they all share some similarities. Like the theme of each gate is a world on its way to destruction, or a world that has already been destroyed. Sometimes incredibly strong survivors return from them, while keeping all their powers from the gate. The government tries hard to recruit and support these survivors because of the immense power they bring back. Hari tells the manager that they need to scout the survivors no matter what, and especially Leon. Manager agrees with Hari while telling us that even A-rank hunters have to risk their lives against high-ranking demons. But this man killed the great devil with just one attack. He completely overpowered it. Manager further said that from the way he talks he sounds like a member of royalty, and he is worried that there will be cultural differences. Hari replied that she thinks it will be fine since Leon sounded like a good person from the way he talked. Then we see Leon shouting inside the room, breaking the glass and shocking everyone from his voice. Hari and the manager were left stunned from this outburst of Leon. Then we see Leon accusing the bald guy in the room of dirtying the name of Glorious Lionheart. Manager mocked Hari for her assumption of Leon being a good person. Hari bruised it by saying it is just cultural difference. The scene shifts to 15 minutes earlier. The camera was recording. Leon and the bald guy was sitting in the room. Leon thinks to himself that this feels foreign. Leon then explained his past. He said he was an orphan who worked hard in his 20s and died from exhaustion. After that, he reincarnated into another world, became a knight and king, and fought for over 300 years. So he was shocked that he even had some memories of this place. The bald guy tried to start conversation with Leon by calling him by his name. Leon was displeased and said that peasants should refer to him as Your Majesty. The bald official was stunned and sweating heavily. He quickly replied in a panicked voice, "Ah, yes, Your Majesty." Leon inside his head thought, "He's playing along. He wondered whether the bald guy was just a nice person or if the government had instructed him to be careful with survivors. Bald guy calmly continued, So the Black Gate. I mean, Your Majesty's world got into contact with our hunters. He then asked. And you killed all those demons, correct? Leon replied without hesitation. Yes. Leon asked, Did you already forget? The bald guy replied, Sorry, what do you mean? Leon answered with pride. I killed all those evil demons and protected the honor of the knights. He then looked straight at the bald man and declared, I order you to be my temporary secretary. I shall bestow upon you the privilege of recording this glorious incident. The bald official, completely overwhelmed, could only stammer a yes. The bald guy quietly murmured cultural difference. Leon called them out on not having any etiquette rules for treating royalty here. What he meant was he was hungry. The bald guy quickly ordered something to eat. Leon asked about the situation on Earth. The bald guy explained that it started happening 30 years ago. Dungeon starts opening and the usual stuff. You can pause and read about it if you want, but I will skip it. The bald guy stand up to get the food. Leon thought it was different from his world where demons invaded like mushrooms after rain. Leon thought it was like humanity is being trained through trials. Bald guy entered the room with food in his hand and told Leon that his food is ready. When Leon looked at the food, he looked angry. The food was a regular Korean dish. In Leon's past life he used to eat it daily, but now he is holding the urge to not eat the dish. Leon asked the bald guy about the dish. The bald guy replied with saying it's known as the soul food of peasants. Leon's eyes sparked with rage. He slams the table and said, How dare you serve a royal a peasant's dish? Is this how your kingdom treat another kingdom's royals? Bald guy, scared for his life, tried to answer, That's not it, but Leon told him to get out of his sight, you inferior peasant. Leon thought to himself that it's a mess, and this is all because there is no proper religious faith, and enlightening the foolish is the duty of the royal family. He was ready to serve his duty, as he is still the Night King. Scene shifts to Leon finally eating something. The staff brought Leon a luxurious meal, which is a perfectly cooked T-bone steak with red wine from 1993. Manager told Han Hari to go speak with Leon first. She panicked and said she cannot use historical language. The official replied that he thinks Leon is a little more interested in her. Han Hari blushed deeply and said he only complimented her by saying she was brave. With no choice, Han Hari opened the door and nervously spoke, Your Majesty, I'm deeply sorry for interrupting you while you're eating. Leon paused, wiped his mouth with a napkin, looked at her, and said, You're that swordswoman from before. Leon ordered Hari to sit. She became happy quickly and signaled the control room that it's okay. She then asked Leon whether the meal was to his liking. Leon replied that it wasn't bad. He could feel the sincerity and finesse of the chef. He continued explaining that the reason he was giving them a hard time wasn't because the food wasn't humble, it was because of their attitude towards the king. When you greet royalty from a foreign nation, they should be treated as such. Wouldn't that be related to the status of your nation? Han Hari looked nervous and apologized. Due to her lack of knowledge, she had disrespected him. Leon accepted it and said, Then that's fine. He asked what her name was. She answered that her name is Han Hari. Leon then asked about the demons, that those wicked things have appeared on this earth, right? Han Hari confirmed. Yes, that is right. Han Hari only had one mission. It was to get Leon to join the Hunter Association. She thought to herself that she needs to at least get him to join their country. She said, Perhaps if your Majesty would give us your royal permission, the South Korean government could look after you from now on. The motive of the 21st century intelligence war is to scout survivors. No matter how much support is promised, you need to stop them from joining another country. Leon continued, So, as long as I'm settled in this world, I have a duty to go to the battlefield. If I'm an honorable knight, it's only right that I should fight. Han Hari asked hopefully. Then do you want to be affiliated with our Hunters Association? However, Leon firmly declared. A king cannot be a soldier for another nation's military. With powerful energy flaring around him, Leon stood up and announced loudly, I will create a new knight's order here in this world. Han Hari could only nod silently in response. After leaving the room, she asked the manager nervously what the higher-ups said. The manager replied that they need to give as much support as possible. It's great that he hasn't gone to another country or large guild. Hanhari sighed in frustration. She said to think that the association affiliated to the government needs to bow down to him. She muttered angrily that this is all because of those bastards from the large guilds who flaunt their money and power. The Phoenix Guild especially. Suddenly, urgent alarms started ringing. Beep beep beep. Everyone panicked. Huh! A message popped up on the phone. Urgent warning. A dungeon break at the Honam Plains. The manager said grimly that if a dungeon break happens at the location of a granary, the demonic element will bring the production of food to a halt. Hanhari asked manager, isn't the Phoenix Guild where the S-rank hunter Li Yongwan is? There's no way he won't be able to stop an orange-colored gate. Manager replied by saying he's certain these bastards have a different plan. They need to go and stop it quickly. Phoenix Guild, those sons of bitches. Meanwhile, Leon was quietly listening to everything being said beyond the door. He got a clear grasp of the situation. Leon said, it seems like they're in trouble. Leon raised his hand and used his power. If a dungeon break happens, the ground becomes infected and crops don't grow? As expected, this place doesn't have it. A bright light appeared as he cast the spell. Are you well? Demera. In the distance, a majestic castle glowed under his magic. A mysterious figure in a green hood appeared. Meanwhile, the scene shifts to massive orange gate. Li Yongwan, the guild master of the Phoenix Guild, was seen standing confidently in the middle of the chaos. The Phoenix Guild had continuously requested a tax exemption for the profits of gates. They gained a lot of profit from the byproducts obtained from gates, magic crystals gained from the monsters, and they wanted to be exempt from paying a tax of 1 trillion. They already have enough benefits as a large guild, yet they still demanded a tax exemption. Manager was furious. He couldn't believe they would do something like this just because their request got rejected. Hanhari urgently told him they need to close the gate right now. As of today, it's been 1 week since the gate appeared. If they leave it like this, it will be difficult. Li Yongwan replied that he knows about it, that the authority of gate will be transferred over. He further said their guild members were gravely injured, making it hard to raid in this state. Li Yongwan said they will try to do it by tomorrow, but he doesn't know what will happen. Hanhari got angry and shouted at him. Do you not have an ounce of patriotism in you? And doesn't he know what will happen to the rice field? Li Yongwan laughed mockingly and said, I don't know. He asked why she was being so childish. He reminded her that he had already told her this in last year's draft. In this world, justice is only money and power. Leon said coldly from behind them, you're quite shallow and old-fashioned. Hanhari was startled and nervously replied, Leon. Your Majesty? Leon corrected her immediately. Don't say a king's name so lightly. I only permitted you to call me by my title, woman. Li Yongwan looked at Leon and asked, Who are you? Leon replied with, Be quiet. How dare a person as lowly as you speak? Li Yongwan, the S-rank hunter and guild master of the Phoenix Guild, became furious. How dare a person as lowly as you speak? He was enraged that Leon had called him lowly. Do you want to die? He said while creating a fireball in his hand. Hanhari quickly stepped in and shouted, Please stop, Hunter Li Yongwan. He's a survivor. Li Yongwan paused, surprised to hear that Leon was a survivor from a gate. Li Yongwan said calmly to Leon, I was rude. Li Yongwan introduced himself. I'm Li Yongwan from the Phoenix Guild. He asked if Leon perhaps came from the gray-colored guild. Leon replied coldly that a king does not repeat himself. Leon then told Hari to explain the current problem and give him a good summary. Hanhari and the others became excited and hopeful that Leon might actually help them. They explained that when a dungeon break happens, a large amount of demonic element comes out and infects the land. Crops don't grow on infected land. The Honam Plains is an important granary area, which is why this situation is critical. Right now, the spreading demonic energy is infecting the ground. Leon asked calmly. The solution? Hari then explained. To purify the infection and to clear the dungeon as soon as possible. And we need to get rid of the dungeon completely. Leon said he understood the situation. He stepped forward with strong presence and declared, "This king will personally step in." Han Hari and the others were shocked. Really? However, Leon continued, "A king from a foreign country cannot do any military activities in another's territory as he pleases. First, I need to receive permission from this nation's king." Han Hari looked helpless and said, "Pardon? No, I think it's okay." Leon told Hari that how can you call yourself an honorable knight when you don't abide by the laws of your nation? Leon commanded Han Hari, "Hurry and send word to your king." Li Yongwan was furious in the background and thought, "This bastard is worse than me." In the end, they asked for permission from the president. Han Hari approached Leon nervously. Your Majesty." She presented him with a straw doll. Leon had requested two things. One of them was this straw doll. The other thing is that the people who made the doll were to be women who had given birth. Leon looked at the crowd and said, "Good. Everyone, show me the dolls that you have made." That's how a doll-making competition opened up in the middle of the plains. Leon carefully examined each doll one by one. Most of them failed. He rejected them, saying impossible, or how disgraceful. He scolded some women angrily. "Didn't you say you had given birth? You foolish person." After rejecting so many dolls, the person who caught Leon's eye was the 89th woman, an old married lady. When she presented her doll, Leon was impressed. "Incredible," he said. Leon looked at the old married woman and asked gently, "How many children have you given birth to?" The woman answered with pride, 12. Leon praised her warmly. The origin of life of a living patriot. He continued speaking, normally, "I personally send knights with a medal and gift. However, due to the current situation, I cannot do so. Please forgive me." The lady laughed softly, "Ho ho ho." Later in the middle of the vast Honam plains at sunset, Leon walked into the infected field. He stopped at a suitable spot, placed a lit candle on the ground, and carefully positioned the straw doll beside it. He then raised his hand. A bright blue magical light appeared as he summoned a beautiful golden cup, an ornate sacred chalice glowing with divine energy. This was one of the holy treasures he had brought with him from the other world. Leon held the glowing golden cup high with both hands and declared with deep respect, "Mother of this abundant land, the people of this earth are offering you the doll of harvest." Leon sat in the middle of the infected Honam plains at sunset, performing the sacred ritual with full focus. He raised the golden cup high and declared, "Please receive it." A powerful pillar of golden red light shot into the sky. The sacred cup began filling up with clear water on its own, glowing brilliantly. Han Hari watched in complete shock, covering her mouth with her hand. The cup is filling up with water on its own. The sun was rising in the distance, painting the sky with red light. A new day was about to start. However, the sun rising today was no ordinary one. The golden liquid overflowed dramatically from the cup, splashing everywhere with intense sparkling energy and magical light. The straw doll that had been offered began glowing brightly, surrounded by powerful golden energy and floating in the air. The ritual reached its climax. Leon's sacred golden cup continued to overflow with glowing liquid as water droplets mysteriously floated through the air and entered the straw doll. Li Yongwan and the other hunters watched in utter shock. One of them exclaimed, "The water droplets are going inside the doll?" Moments later, the straw doll suddenly stood up on its own. Leon bowed his head deeply with utmost respect and said, "I greet Mother Earth." A small, adorable doll with a gentle smile stood beside the glowing golden cup. It was Demira, the god of life and abundance. She spoke softly to Leon. "It's been a while.